Damn it, having nightmares again. I'm gonna go get a drink. This has been happening ever since I started reading Uzumaki before I went to bed. It's probably starting to become a bad idea. Maybe I should save it for the mornings. Oh, hey viewer, what are you doing in my house? I know, never mind, welcome in! Hey, wanna hear about Uzumaki? I take it that that's a yes. I take it that that's also a yes. Let's go. For those who don't know, Junji Ito is an incredibly talented mangaka, known mostly for his works on Uzumaki, and for basically being the H.P. Lovecraft of Japan, that is, if H.P. Lovecraft wasn't inherently racist. The way Ito's books function is usually the fact that every chapter is a very loosely connected short story. Don't let that make you think they're completely independent, however. In Uzumaki, the first two volumes are mostly independent short stories revolving around a central theme, that being the spiral. Then they all come together in the climax of sorts in volume 3, which I personally find the weakest of the group, but that's like saying a 7-incher is small when you're surrounded by 12-inchers. Lower your expectations, please! And, to top it all off, Ito's work is incredibly well written, too. Despite it being a book, jump scares somehow manage to work on you. This is probably because most of the monster reveals happen straight after a page turn, which is very clearly intentional. Usually the monster is completely hidden until then, and so, when the time comes to reveal, Ito piques the reader's interest in what it could look like. They think about characters' reactions to having seen it before. They try to imagine what this creature could possibly look like. And then Ito answers the reader's every thought, while simultaneously preventing them sleeping the following night. Uzumaki is one of the rare instances in which monster reveals aren't disappointing or a letdown. The ideas brought to the table in Uzumaki are so unique and bizarre to the point where it feels impossible to find them predictable or cliché. A big mistake when reading Ito is to not take it seriously, because then you'll just see the surface level and not understand why people glaze the shit out of this man so much. This isn't just senseless gore, despite what everything I have to censor out tells you. Man, that was a crazy dream. Oh, you didn't think it was just a standard nightmare, did you? Oh no, dear viewer, far deeper than that. I'll tell you later when I feel like it. Also, if you skip to the end just to find out, send me your address so I can send you oil to burn yourself in, you disgusting spawn of Satan! If my nightmare pisses you off, I would recommend to you Uzumaki more than anyone. When most horror media gains popularity and evolves into later installments, the horror is removed as the mystery is explained away. Essentially the reason Resident Evil is a shitpost, and why Dead Space 4 is a mere fantasy. I'm sure most of you have heard people talk about Ito's endings to death, whether it be debates or through the Funk video that I am absolutely not stealing from whatsoever. However, I still feel like these endings deserve to be talked about, especially in Uzumaki in particular, which is what this video is mostly about. Ito's endings are interesting, to say the least. He doesn't write knowing there'll be a happy ending. He writes thinking realistically about what would happen next. Not what the reader wants to happen next, not what will make people happy, but what would happen in a realistic scenario, in real life. What would happen if these events were real? There is no hero that comes to save the world when it's in danger. There is no mystical way to defeat the monster. They just disappear without a trace. We haven't learned anything new about the monster. However, in the meanwhile, how many more people has this monster murdered? Or traumatized? Or somehow both? Uzumaki was one of those books where within the first 2 chapters I knew this was going to be a masterpiece. While on the surface it may seem like mindless murder, these stories are far deeper than one may think. In the world of Ito, characters can be turned into snails, but you won't be told how or why. They're gooey metaphors, dripping with symbolism. There's this story where newborns spread fungus and a doctor feeds them to his patients. No, seriously, there's a great deal of cannibalism in this book. Often, people debate on whether Ito's endings are just lazy writing, or whether it's secretly a stroke of horror genius. You already know what I'm rating Uzumaki, The Resistance. People will say it's basic to have this as your favorite album, but it's popular for a reason. Well, I think that's me done talking about Uzumaki for today. Oh, hey TV head waifu. I am going to pretend I understood that, and that it meant dream. And I suppose I could tell you, but would that not spoil the mystery? Okay. I'll tell you. Okay, I was playing Cyberpunk on the Switch, okay? Okay, you happy? I was playing Cyberpunk on the Switch.